Good morning, SnowWest. This is Christopher, your friendly forum admin. We are back up in Island Park today, once again at the Big Springs Warming Hut. Today is Wednesday, January 15th, and we're going to do something a little different today. Last night I put out the word that I was going to go ride, and I want to push a trail that I've never been on before. Opened it up to anybody that wanted to come, and I have 4 intrepid souls accepted my offer to come and ride with the old man today. I've got 2 guys and a lady from North Dakota and 1 local here from Idaho. They're going to come along with me on this little adventure as we try to push an old Forest Service road that has been decommissioned and allowed to return to its natural state. So we're going to go up and see if we can get down this old road and work our way up to Thirsty Creek. You've heard me talk about this before this year. I've been trying to get into Thirsty this year and try to find a different way in. Let me talk to you a little bit about how we find where we want to ride up here in Island Park. You got 2 primary ways to figure out what you want to do when you come and visit here, or if you're local when you're coming and riding. Number 1, grab the trail map. Of course, the trail map's going to show you a ton of useful information. Secondly, get a copy of Google Earth and install Google Earth on your PC at home, not on your phone necessarily, but on your PC. And then zoom in on Island Park, zoom in on West Yellowstone, zoom in on Cave Springs, on whatever the area you want to look at, and look at the aerial satellite photos. Those are going to tell you a tremendous amount of information. So today when I'm looking at Thirsty Creek, I'm looking around, I can see this old abandoned Forest Service road. And on Google Earth, I can scroll back chronologically and look at the aerial satellite photos from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago. 25 years ago, this road was pristine, gorgeous, but the area was still suffering from the after effects of the '89 Yellowstone National Park fire. But it's fun to look through the years and see how the reforestation has naturally occurred, how the burned out areas have come back and they're filled in now and beautiful. But you can see these old Forest Service roads. And as I've mentioned before, West Yellowstone and Island Park have around 600 miles of groomed, maintained trails. And then we have another 400 plus miles of unmaintained trails. And while in the summertime, many of these trails are closed to motorcycles, ATVs, quads, side-by-sides, in the wintertime, they're not closed to snowmobiles. So while we may not be able to go down this road, we're perfectly allowed to attempt to go down it. And one of the things we'll find out today, this is again, middle of January, we've got 60 inches of snow, give or take. If we're not able to navigate, I can come back to the same place in maybe 60 to 90 days when there's 100 or 110 inches of base, and suddenly I'll be able to get down these trails. So my little hint to you, when you're gonna come out here, you're gonna come visit, you wanna come ride, get off the trail. The trails are gonna end up beaten no matter what you do, unless you're very lucky and you get here right after a major storm. You want to get into the woods, and one of the access routes are these old Forest Service roads. Look at the aerial maps, figure out a place that looks interesting, and then plot your ride for the day and go find one of these old Forest Service trails and go exploring. So today we're going exploring. We're going to go somewhere I've never been before. Probably going to be a boondoggle, but maybe we'll get lucky. So we were coming down Fish Creek Road and driving along, and on the side I saw this little opening, and I whipped out Onyx because I had to verify there are no signs, no markings, but this is the road that we want to explore, and I see tracks on it, which for me is wonderful. Rarely do I want to see tracks, but today I'm perfectly happy to see someone else has attempted to push this. So we're going to push this little old closed Forest Service road and see if we can get all the way back to Thirsty Creek. Oh, look at the snow! Holy cow, let me slow down for a second. Be curious to see if you can hear me or not, but look at the snow. It's just gorgeous. So beautiful. All right, let's catch up with the team. Oh, so pretty. So beautiful. Well, I could do this all day long. I think this is going to become a very popular trail once I get this published. And for darn good reason. This is just a abandoned Forest Service trail that's unmaintained, but in such incredibly good shape. We haven't had any major trail obstacles at all yet. No big trees that have to be gone around. It's just beautiful. Tell you what, this is my idea of tree riding. I like the trees on the left and the right of me. This is, I mean, it's just stunning. So incredibly beautiful. The three guys up in front of me are all visiting from North Dakota. The sled directly in front of me is a brand new rider. This week was his first time on a snowmobile. His wife is up in front of him, and her dad is the group leader that brought the whole tag out here from North Dakota. So three of them are having fun. They're regulars. They come out to Island Park every year, it looks like. Well, you know, you look at this and you can see why. This is why so many people make the 12, 14, 16, 18-hour drive. And come up here and get a little taste of this goodness, because it is good. And blue skies and sunny. Gosh, what a day. And all because I was looking on a Google map, saw a closed Forest Service trail, and decided to go take a look and see what was out there. Look what we found. Hey SnowWest, so we're going down this abandoned, closed Forest Service trail, and it's turned out to be just nothing but spectacular. Way, way beyond my best expectations. The trail is actually still a trail. It's not covered in trees. I thought it would be. I thought we'd be bushwhacking hard back here. It's completely clear, no significant obstacles. We're having a great time. The snow is genuinely good. I think you can see just from the trees, and the weather turned out to be great. We got, you know, partly blue skies, just having fun. But here we are out exploring, going somewhere I've never been. I've been riding up here for 15 years, and I've just never bothered to go down this trail. Lo and behold, it's a great ride. Got to do more exploration in Island Park. So we've been boondocking, and we're back in the woods now. And sure enough, this trail got us to the far side of Thirsty Creek. And I will flip this camera around and let you guys see what I'm looking at now. And I'm trying to walk through some relatively deep snow. But that's the goal of today's ride, to see if there's a way to get over here to Thirsty Creek without coming in from Black Canyon, which is normally how it's done. So if you look over there, you can see, there we go. You can see some tracks on the far side of Thirsty Creek. And up on the top there, along that ridge line, is where Black Canyon is. You got to get up and over that, and then the Black Canyon Trail is up there. But getting down into Thirsty Creek can often be a little on the treacherous side. Some of these draws coming off of Black Canyon can be a real challenge, and then you've got dense trees that you need to get through. So the other four guys are out there back in the meadows, just banging around, having a good time. I'll post geotags and let you guys see exactly where I am, so anybody who wants to follow me and get back in here can get in here. But there's so much good snow. I know, I say it over and over again too. Somebody in the comments, post some other words besides great, magnificent, awesome, wonderful, fantastic, amazing. There's got to be more words, because the snow is very good. We've got a good solid base now. I would guess I'm standing in 12 inches of relatively, nah, it's not relatively, it's very soft, very fluffy snow. It's gorgeous snow. It's well protected back in the trees, which is really where we want to be when we come into Island Park. It's all about being in the trees. I can walk on this snow and I'm not drowning, which is super nice, nor am I augering my sled in, which is also very welcome, because more often than not, when we get back out here in the woods, I just end up having a Stuckfest. I think we made a video on Stuckfest just a couple of weeks ago. But this is great. We're having all kinds of fun. Well, we're still working our way down, getting a little bit closer now. There's our intrepid scout from North Dakota, blazing the way. But again, that's Thirsty Canyon, Thirsty Creek right down there at the bottom. And that's the route we would normally try to come down in, but it is just not a fun way to get into Thirsty Creek. So we're looking for an alternative way to drop down in the creek today. Hey guys, we made it through the loop, and remarkably nice trail. I was so pleasantly surprised. We're back at the intersection now. That direction leads back to that fun little meadow we've been exploring for the last couple of weeks. And this direction behind me, that is the Black Canyon Loop Trail. So gaining access to this little route we did requires about 30 feet of travel off the Black Canyon Trail, and then you're onto this little Forest Service road. Let me flip the camera. This is Black Canyon Loop coming up from Fish Creek. Come around the corner and you continue on up miles and miles to the top of the ridge. But as we come around this little corner here, if we look on the left-hand side, there's a turnoff here. And most people don't go down this side because this is where the tank traps are. So you see all the orange arrows telling you to go anywhere except down this trail. They're telling you to go around, but if you look down the trail itself, you see big tank traps. And those are solid 10-foot tank traps. On the back side of that, you are going to go down in the hole and then pop back out. And there's several of these in a row. But right there, about 30 feet down this little trail, is the turnoff onto this old closed Forest Service road. And what an absolutely delightful trail that was. Tons and tons of little meadows, places you can dip off the trail and go explore and have fun. Our plan actually is to turn around and go back now and go off a bunch of those little side trails, get a sense for where they go and what other opportunities this little place has. But I wanted to walk back and talk to some of the people that joined me today. So who are you, where'd you come from, and why are you here?
John Hass, came from Animus, North Dakota, middle of nowhere. Didn't want to work, I guess, so decided to come down to Island Park and go for a ride, see the beautiful scenery. So,
have you been here before?
Not in this location, but we've ridden Island Park a couple times now.
Okay, so this little corner of Island Park is new to you?
Yep.
What do you make of this little trail we went down today? Is this a place worth coming back?
There's a lot of good stuff in the trees that we drove right past.
And we're gonna go back and do a little exploring. So, got a couple more people with me. Take your mask off, come on.
No.
Don't give me any of this crap. What's your name, where are you from, why are you here?
My name's Calvin Watts. I'm here with my wife and her dad, enjoying my first time snowmobiling.
So wait, hang on, first time as in, this is your first day, first week?
First week.
First week of snowmobiling
Yep.
in Island Park.
Yep.
What do you think?
It's awesome. I love it. This trail is awesome, pretty sweet, and I'm gonna keep enjoying it with everyone here.
So this is a sport you'd come back and participate in more?
Most definitely.
Outstanding. All right, here's the cutest face in the whole group today. Nothing but smiles. Of course, this is what I like the most. She's having fun. What's your name? Where are you from? Why are you here?
Alexis Watts. I'm here with my dad and my husband. I wanted to take my husband for snowmobiling for the first time. I've been doing it for a couple years, and I wanted to show him how much fun it was.
That's freaking awesome. Congratulations. I think that's just the coolest thing. What'd you think of this little ride today?
It was really good.
Would you go back here again?
Oh yeah, for
You'd
sure.
had a good time. Okay, now we have one old crusty soul who's a local, who actually doesn't live very far away from me, who saw the post last night and decided, oh, what the hell, I got nothing better to do. I can go milk the cows or I can go ride with Christopher.
Yep.
What's your name? Where are you from? Why are you here?
Idaho Falls, and I'm here to ride.
All right. And what did you think? Was this little closed trail worth exploring?
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was, I was really surprised. When we looked at the maps this morning, I totally thought this was going to be completely obstructed and covered with trees, and it was easy to ride. Do you think it's worth going back in there and doing a little more exploring?
I think so.
Okay, this is a man of few words. So we've been boondocking for maybe the last half hour, 45 minutes, and I'll put some maps up and show you guys where we are, but we made it through what I had labeled as a choke point. The last couple of weeks I've gotten to this spot right where we are here in the meadows, and back there I thought it choked off, but when I look at the maps, there's a lot more riding behind us. So today we came in from the backside of that area and were able to make it through that 600-foot choke point because somebody else had already been there and blazed the trail. But this fine young man behind me, that's Calvin, who's out here on his very first trip, was brave enough to be the trail leader today. So we put him in the front, and he went in there with reckless abandon, not knowing just how incredibly stuck you can get in the mountains when you hit a patch of bottomless, airy snow and you sink down 5 or 6 feet. But Calvin did a fantastic job and we all had a great time. And now we made it into the outside edge of this new meadow I've been exploring, and we're gonna go and cruise around here and track up some more of this. But we've got this crazy inversion that just moved in. Look at the clouds, isn't that wild? It was blue skies and sunshine a few minutes ago, and then I don't know if the temperature changed or the humidity changed, but suddenly it's all cloudy and we've still got a few 100-foot visibility. But it gives such a different feel when you're in the mountains and the clouds come down on top of you. Just gives a whole different look and feel. And we're gonna go over there into those clouds and continue taking these guys from North Dakota and showing them a little more of Idaho and some of Island Park's goodness. And now it's time for the SnowWest Snow Depth Probathon. Alexis and Calvin are here with me. They're my willing, I don't know, subjects, victims, and they're gonna give us the snow depth check for the day. All right, Alexis and Calvin, how deep is the snow, guys?
Well, let's see here. Alrighty.
Survey says.
Where is it at? Here.
About
It says
150, 155, 150 centimeters.
All right, 150 to 155 centimeters just off the beaten path here in Island Park.
Well, here's reading about 140.
Just a little more example of how beautiful the snow is, because people are always asking me, is the snow any good, Chris? And the answer is yes, the snow remains good. Some tracks? Absolutely. But do we have lots of still fresh, soft powder? Oh, you bet. You can do donuts back here all day long. And again, look at the trees. The trees don't lie. So we're up on top of Black Canyon now. We've been riding 4.5 hours, and we finished the adventure riding portion, and now we're ready to just go do a little cruising, but I wanted to turn the camera on and let you guys see what it looks like on top of the mountain. Okay, we're up on top of Black Canyon, Wednesday, January 15th. Just wanted to show you guys what's available in the way of snow, in case anybody's been lying to you and telling you there's no snow in Island Park. On the trail, we're not even back in the woods, guys, and look at the quality of the snow. There is oodles and oodles of completely untouched, untracked snow. We can go and have a fabulous time. We've been riding for 4.5 hours right now. Still got a little bit more to go. One of our sleds is overheating, so we may be calling it a day, but just look at that. Let there be no doubt, there is plenty of snow. Even though it hasn't snowed hard in a week or so, we still have great snow and great riding conditions. More than worth making the drive to come out to Island Park or West Yellowstone right now. We were on our way back home, coming down Black Canyon, got to the Big Springs Bridge, and as we were crossing, looked down the river, and lo and behold, yeah, there's our friendly moose just hanging out down in Big Springs at the headwaters of Henry's Fork. I thought that was pretty cool. Not something you see every day. Well, it's 5:09 p.m. We started this morning at 10 o'clock sharp, rode for 7 hours. Turned out to be better than I'd hoped for. The Forest Service trail that was closed that we went to explore turned out to be 100% navigable, and the route to get into the meadows that we've been exploring recently, the back route turned out to be completely pushable, and we pushed in and were able to find a whole bunch of new territory I haven't ridden before. and took the guys up on top of Black Canyon. Just seemed like, you know, they're going to come ride with me. The least I can do is take them up to the playground. We had a lot of fun up there. In general, surprising day because the Big Springs Loop Trail was completely groomed, which is something we have not seen this year. The Fish Creek Trail was completely groomed. The Black Canyon Loop Trail was completely groomed, no bumps at all. It was the smoothest it's been this whole season. I'm not sure if somebody just flipped the switch in Island Park and suddenly the groomers are out and the drags are working or what, but today was hands down the best quality trails I've seen the entire season. It was a delight to be riding. No place did we go where we hit whoops. Everything was groomed, everything was smooth. The snow itself was better than I expected. I don't think we've had any really significant snow in like 7 to 10 days. I mean, we had 1 inch, 2 inches, but everywhere we went, places that were publicly accessible, that were really easy, right on the edge of the trail, tracked out, no ands, ifs, or buts. Places that were moderately difficult, you know, 500 yards off the trail, were moderately tracked out. There was a lot of fresh snow still. I was really quite surprised. Areas where we pushed into the woods and into the backcountry, completely untouched. Gorgeous snow, quality snow. Temperature was probably in the 20s today. It was very pleasant. It was good riding. I think all of us had an absolute blast. I'm going to head over and get a little dinner now before I make the drive back down towards Idaho Falls. But yeah, you know, it was cloudy, it was overcast, it was foggy, it was completely clear and sunny and blue skies. We got a little bit of everything. It was classic Island Park. The snow was good. More than anything else, as far as I know, the number one reason you guys watch this video is you want to know what the snow is like. And the snow is very good. Those of you that are coming out for Winterfest this weekend, you're probably going to have a great time. If you're looking at the big meadows that are right off the main trails, they're tracked out, they're pounded, no surprise. Look at the meadows that are 500 yards off the trail, and they're probably 20% tracked. There's lots and lots of good riding to be had. Go a mile, 2 miles off of any of the major trails, untouched, virgin snow. I was so surprised, so really, truly surprised. The riding was terrific. As always, every time I come up here, I tell you guys that the snow is great. This is Island Park. We're in the middle of the winter. The temperature was good. The weather was good. The snow was fabulous. Everybody that came riding with me today had a great time. I'm Christopher. I'm your humble forum admin from SnowWest.com. We are on the mountain in the snow. Episode number 10 is in the can, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time around. Bye-bye.